Drop it.
Alright, what is going on YouTube? Today I'll be starting not a new series, but this kind of thing where I just go over new updates on live streams for JP Loggris. These live streams happen probably like once a month if I were to give an estimate. They don't happen often, but I basically give you guys the rundown what the events are happening and what you can do to prepare yourself for it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. From the live stream we had this morning, the first event we have is kind of like a claw event. So if you guys are aware of my past video for like the chest event, where you can farm a lot of mats, it's kind of similar to that. It's more of a like off. How should I put it? It's more like a fun event, I guess. You just go there, play the claw game, aka like do a lot of multi hits, do a lot of damage. And you push the claw back further to get like more spawns. More spawns means more material for you to collect, and vice versa. So a very, very fun event. You get a lot of quartz, a lot of materials, just all around good stuff for you to do in order for you to improve your characters. So that's the first event. Second event we have is a very, very unique event. I'm not very sure about what's the Guardian event. I think it's probably like some kind of like tier 4 looking thing. I can't read that exactly, but the most important thing to get out of this event, on this page exactly, is that we will be getting a free Zeus. So you guys are aware that I talk about Zeus a lot in my videos because that is the best stacker in the game currently, with a plus 12 stack up to plus 15 with heroic. So we are getting a free one, and when I say free, it's not entirely free. You're going to have to go out of your way to grind for it. I believe what was stated in the video is that you need to collect at least 50 medals for you to exchange into the shop where you can get that Zeus ticket. So it's not going to be easy, but it should be happening next week, so I'm looking forward to that. I know you guys see my desk bar a lot, and it's missing a lot of weapons, so I'm very looking forward to finally getting my hands on that light Zeus axe on both my accounts actually. So something to look forward to for everyone that aim for getting a Zeus that don't have one. Third event we have is a challenging event for the pro players of the game. The first one on the left being Gaia War God Trials. So you guys have seen me fail multiple times Azura and Fujin, and this month, or probably like the beginning of next month, we're getting the Gaia one. As you guys are aware, Gaia is Earth, so pack those wind DPS and you should perfectly fine. Gimmick will, when we get it, we'll go ahead and figure it out, but most War God Trials are very, very tricky to figure out at the beginning, but once you get a good team composition, a lot of desperados, you'll be perfectly fine. On the right, we have another Rushmere EX boss fight. This is the Earth version. I'm not exactly sure what this guy does, but if you clear him, you get the Earth skill up, and he might drop a unique weapon or some sort, because I know if you do clear the 1.2 million Saint Mary, which is aka Blondie in the game, you get her wings as a cosmetic, which is really, really cool. So that is something to look forward to if you're a very, very good player in the game. Alright, and the last one, the biggest update coming into this patch is the new class added, which is called a Rebellion or Liberion, whichever you want to call it. I know Asian people get their R's and their L's mixed up together, so call it whatever you want. I'm going to call it Liberion because it sounds cooler than a Rebellion, because a rebellion is a common English word, and I don't want to butcher saying that word multiple times, because it sounds like I'm a delinquent. So this class is essentially a Desperado V2. Basically, up until this point, every class has got a second version. Night Valkyrie being the second version of Valkyries, Battle Crusader being the second version of Guardian, Sword Princess being the second version of Assassins, and Leaf being the second version of Sword Mages. So Liberion is the second version of Desperados. Basically, her kit is similar to a Desperado. The only difference is that it's all in the damage bar. So in this case, if you guys know how Alexander worked, the strongest tier 4 weapon at the moment in the game, giving +6 stacks, cooldown reduction, a lot of damage limit, level 3 burst, and the ability to, let's see, level 3 burst and double burst. Basically, that's what everything it does for that class. So, here's the demonstration video that was on a live stream. Basically, you get 90 seconds of full-on Alexander power. So you can do double burst, sometimes triple burst. I think it's RNG based if you hit a certain level on your class. So triple burst with this setup. Basically, if you don't have an Alexander, this is a very, very good update for you because now you have the power of a whale. All you really need is just like a Zeus and a Durando, and then you can hit amazing, amazing damage for 90 seconds. So there has been a lot of controversy with this class in particular. One being Alexander is fairly new. It's out for like 2 months now, and I know a lot of whales dropped a lot of money trying to get Alexander, the strongest tier 4 right now. I know personally, I re-rolled a lot for that weapon. It took me about maybe a good 6 hours or so. I found that the other account I'm training up right now has Alexander 2 actually. But yeah, honestly, I don't know how I feel about it. Basically, all that work for Alexander is being crushed right now. How I see it is, for 90 seconds of full-on Alexander, if you do plan on making a burst class and you're very, very powerful Desperado, Liberion is the class to go for you. Otherwise, if you don't think you can end the fight in about maybe 2 minutes or so, Desperado is probably the bigger route. So what does this mean for everyone? Basically, this new patch is juicing up the unlucky players, the veterans, and the free-to-play players, and basically bumping down the whales. So I think that for the past 2 or 3 months, every update has been catering to whales. And I feel like this time around they're looking at the lower end of the spectrum, looking at the new guys, or like the people that aren't as fortunate compared to whales. And they're saying, here you guys, here's a free Zeus, and here's the class that will make that Zeus into a powerful class. So basically now the build is, in my opinion, if you get 3 goddesses, 1 Zeus and 1 Durando, or whatever the tier 4 weapon for Liberion is, that's probably the go-to build as of right now, because 90 seconds of burst mode is a lot of time. Usually with Alexander, and if you are a very, very powerful Desperado, 1 minute to 2 minutes is all you need, and I feel like 90 seconds is plenty of time for most classes to kill whatever they need to kill. So, what I think about this class, I think it is extremely broken from what I see on live stream. Hopefully it's not as bad as I think it is. Hopefully some things will actually work with it. I know for sure, not for sure, but I think from what I've read, Alexander does not stack with this class, so you can't stack another double burst on top of it, so you get 4 bursts. I think that's pretty ridiculous in itself. So my takeaway is I'm hoping this class isn't as ridiculous as it seems. I think it will be though, just so everyone gets that double burst bar and triple burst bar, so they don't feel left out in the game. But yeah, so that's my takeaway, guys. This class is very powerful. When it does come out, I am looking to become a Liberion on my main account. On my other account, I'm not exactly sure. Probably will as well, because this class on paper seems really nice. I'll go watch a lot of videos and do a lot of damage testing on it. But on the to take notes out of this, from what I see, if you can end the fight in 2 minutes, Liberion is the best way to go. Otherwise, if it's a long drawn-out fight, I believe the best route would be Desperado, because if you do have the fight, if the fight does last longer than 2 minutes, you'll need that burst bar. So I feel like Desperado is really good in those long situated fights. Alright guys, so that's the end of this video. I don't know if you guys will like this or not. I just like talking about it because sometimes these kind of topics seem really controversial, and I feel like sometimes Marvel doesn't know what they're doing when it comes to like updating the game. So yeah, alright, so thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys probably in 2 days. See you guys.